Hi, my name is Peter House, and I'm the founding leader of the Electoral Reform Party and a candidate in the Kitchener Centre by-election coming up on November 30th. So I called this party the Electoral Reform Party because that's the #1 issue that would improve representation in the legislature, the way Ontarians actually wanted the government to be run. But the party's also concerned with accountability of government issues more broadly and cost of living concerns. So electoral reform. I'm a big proponent of single transferable vote, which is a proportional system with ranked ballots. I'm running on a platform that includes holding town halls in your riding every month where constituents could hold me accountable face-to-face. So if I was your MPP in Kitchener Centre, you could bring your cell phone, film me, ask me tough questions, embarrass me online. How else are we supposed to hold our government officials accountable? And how else are we supposed to, ask them questions and hold them accountable? There isn't much of a dialogue between MPPs and their constituents, and I think monthly town halls would make a big difference, would be a big improvement. I'm also running on weekly updates that I would publish every week in the form of a blog or a vlog like this, or maybe even a newspaper column if I could get away with it. Currently, we just get these quarterly partisan leaflets. It's exactly the same as the riding next door. It's basically party propaganda. It's just got our local rep's face slapped onto it. And I think we can do better. I think I could update constituents on the kinds of meetings I'm taking, the kinds of issues I'm working on, the kind of votes that are coming up, so that I'd be able to get feedback on what my constituents actually wanted me to be doing, so that I could actually represent my constituents. We don't get a lot of feedback, and that would be a great way to encourage feedback to allow our MPPs to do a better job. I'm also running on tying 10% of my salary to my approval rating amongst my constituents in Kitchener Centre. So part of the reason I'm doing that is because party discipline is really strict in Ontario and in Canada. It's some of the strictest party discipline in the entire world, actually. Our MPPs vote with their party 99% of the time. And that other fraction of a percent is usually just abstaining from voting. They very rarely vote against their party. It feels to me like we could probably replace a lot of our MPPs with just robots that just voted however the party whip told them to, and the results would be exactly the same. I think by tying 10% of my salary to my approval rating amongst my constituents would give me an incentive to put my constituents' interests first. But the main reason I'm doing it is because I'm trying to set an example for other MPPs. Like if I can do it, I think a lot of the other MPPs can do it, and I want to start a trend there. And I'm running on some more experimental policies that I ran on in the Hamilton Centre by-election that was earlier this year in March. I want to copy Saskatell here in Ontario. So Saskatell is a Crown Corporation telecommunications company that the government of Saskatchewan opened up. And they undercut Rogers, TELUS, and Bell by about 40%. So in order for TELUS, Rogers, and Bell to compete, they actually had to slash their prices 40% or so just to get business in Saskatchewan. And so, you can take advantage of that even if you don't live in Saskatchewan. Those plans are national plans, so if you're ever driving through Saskatchewan, sign up for your cell phone plan there, or just use a VPN if you can actually get an out point there in Saskatchewan. And I think that would be an amazing way for Ontarians to save money, because one of the most outrageous things about living in Canada or living in Ontario is the prices we pay for cell phones. Like in Mexico, a cell phone is $10 a month, and you get a bunch of data, you get text messaging, you get calls. It's pretty similar in Europe. It's ridiculous that we're charging so much. Our bills are obscene. And I think we could do something similar with grocery stores. Sobeys, Loblaws, and Metro are making record profits. They're gouging us. We're experiencing a ton of inflation, and they're making it worse. They're taking advantage of the situation, increasing prices, and record level profits with that. We could do something similar with grocery stores as I'm suggesting with Saskatell. So we could have some Crown Corporation grocery stores that undercut, the bigger brands, and that would help us lower the cost of groceries here in Ontario. I think that's, maybe a bit ambitious, and I know some people are going to say, the government can't run a grocery store, they suck at running things. But I think this might actually be a good case to get the government involved in something like that. It certainly would put pressure on the big grocery chains. And I think it would just really drive Gale and Weston mad. All right, and about housing, all right. nobody has ever thought they would win without catering to the real estate sector or, homeowners. But I think times have changed. I think you actually can form a winning coalition without catering to them. I would propose putting a cap on the number of properties people are allowed to own. I'm suggesting 3, but I'm negotiable on that. We need to cut demand on housing. We've got so many people trying to buy investment properties, and it's the best investment you can make in Canada right now or in Ontario. And that's hurting business because people don't want to start businesses when they just buy up housing and rent it out at obscene prices. People are getting gouged on rent. I'm feeling that, it's hurting me. And I really care about that issue a lot because I remember when rent in Waterloo used to be, $500 a month, and if you were a student, you could sublet a place for about $300 a month, and that used to be, a well-kept secret. Waterloo used to have great prices on rent, even, year-round, because you could always sublet. But, that's all changed, and the situation's just gotten ridiculous. So yeah, that's the gist of my platform. Vote for me on November 30th, and stay tuned. There's going to be more videos about my platform. Thanks. Cheers.